we go on to RPT 9, which is we have now entered into the 12th class territory, right? RPT 9 for physics, we're going to go with electric charges and fields, electrostatic potential and capacitance for the first RPT of our 12th syllabus. Then for chemistry, we're going to go with solutions and chemical kinetics. And for biology, we're going to go with sexual reproduction in flowering plants and human reproduction. This is RPT 9. And for RPT 10, physics, we're going to go with current, electricity, moving charges and magnetism. Chemistry, we're going to go with electrochemistry and chemical kinetics. So one thing you have spotted, right, is that sometimes I'm repeating the topics. For example, RPT 9, I've covered chemical kinetics in chemistry. Now again, in RPT 10, I'm covering chemical kinetics. But what you can do is that in RPT 9, since chemistry we are sharing between solutions and chemical kinetics, approximately you'll see 22 questions in solutions and 23 questions in chemical kinetics or vice versa. Now, when I'm repeating the same chemical kinetics topic in the next RPT, I'm just going to reduce the number of questions, right? From 23 questions in chemical kinetics, I'm just going to go to maybe drop it down to 10 questions in chemical kinetics. And the remaining 35 questions I'm going to be asking from electrochemistry. So why I'm doing this is that why I should be repeating topics is so that you don't just lose track of the topics you've learned the previous week. You just need to keep in touch with it at times. And for biology, we're going to go with reproductive health and human reproduction. RPT 11, we have come to December 2022. RPT 11, we're going to go with physics, right? Electromagnetic induction and magnetism and matter. For chemistry, D and F block elements and electrochemistry. Because D and F block elements is literally everything is memorization. And for chemistry, all 45 questions on memorization is very daunting. It's absolutely such a bad plan. So a few questions you can ask yourself in D and F block elements, and then a few you can ask from electrochemistry. For biology, you can have principle of inheritance and variation, and then molecular basis of inheritance also. And on the 8th, you can write your exam. Next, week 15, that is RPT 12. Physics, you can go with alternating currents and electromagnetic induction. Next, chemistry is coordination compounds and D and F block elements. Next, biology is evolution, human health and diseases. Right. So after completing 4 RPTs, what will we do? We will do a CPT, right? So now we have CPT 3, which is the first half of completing. Now we have completed the first half of the 12th syllabus. So physics topics from RPT 9 to 12. For chemistry, again, all chemistry topics from RPT 9 to 12. Biology, same thing, all biology topics from RPT 9 to 12. Next, we go with week 17, there is nothing but RPT 13. Physics, we can go with alternating currents, electromagnetic waves. Chemistry is haloalkenes and haloarenes under the organic chemistry part, and biology is going to be human health and diseases and microbes in human welfare. Next, week 18, slowly getting there. Now we have come to January 2025, right? And physics, you can go with ray optics and optical instruments and electromagnetic waves. For chemistry, you can go with alcohols, phenols, ethers, haloalkenes and haloarenes. Biology, biotechnology principles and processes, microbes in human welfare. Now RPT 15, we can go with physics, we can go with ray optics, dual nature of radiation and matter. Chemistry is aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acids, and to finish it off, again, alcohols, phenols and ethers. For biology, biotechnology and its application, organism and population. And for the last RPT of the 12th standard, you can go with physics, that is atoms, nuclei and semiconductors. These are all pretty small topics, so you can just bunch them together. Chemistry is amines and biomolecules. Biology is going to be ecosystem, then biodiversity and conservation. Next, week 21, CPT 4. For the second half of the 12th, you're going to be revising by writing the exam based on all the topics from RPT 13 to 16. Chemistry is the same thing for biology. And once you have completed CPT 3, CPT 4, which is the first half of the 12th syllabus, and the second half of the 12th syllabus, you're going to be writing a 12th grand test, right? Just all the topics from 12th standard, you're just going to write it once. So physics, you're going to be writing the 12th physics topic, 12th chemistry topics and 12th biology topics. And see, now we have come to February, right? We've completed 11th grand test and 12th grand test. So we have written a grand test that includes just only the 11th topics, and then we've also written a grand test that includes only the 12th topics. Now what we do is that we come to the 11th and 12th grand test. That means this is how your final NEET exam is going to be like. This is one of the most important months in your preparation. In this month, you're going to be writing a few complete grand test that includes the 11th and 12th portion. And what you can do, right, is instead, till today what you're doing is that from Monday to Saturday you're studying, and on Sundays you're going to be writing the exam. But now, since you've already come across a lot of revision, right, for the past 3 months you're doing revision, not even 3 months, September, October, November, December, for 4 months you're doing revision, and now you've come to the point where all you're going to be doing is just writing a lot of tests. So you're going to be aiming to write around 6 tests per week. That means 1 test per day. So you can write this exam in the morning, but it must be a timed exam, right? In the morning, maybe 9 to 12, you can write the exam, and then just go through the mistakes in the afternoon and just see where you made the mistakes, and just go through as a revision in the evening time, and then the next day morning write another exam. So this should be your plan. You should write an exam, mark it, and see where you made the mistakes and see how much you scored, and just review the topics in which you made a mistake, and that should be the daily cycle. Or you can do 1 test per day, and you're going to do that for approximately 2 weeks, right? From the 3rd of February to 9th of February, there's 1 week, and then from 10th of February to 16th of February, there's another week. Just 2 full weeks of writing tests. So by the end of these 2 weeks, you have written almost 12 grand tests. By this point, you have completed 1 entire revision, right? You have studied, you have completed your 11th revision, 12th revision, and you have written 12 grand tests. Now, we still have almost 2 months, right? March and April left, and still half of February left. So we're going to go for another complete round of revision that includes your 11th, 12th, and more grand tests. So why I'm showing you guys this framework for revision is that you can see that you're not only able to just complete 1 entire round of revision, but you're going to be able to complete 2 rounds of revision. So this shows how effective your study is going to be, and how much improvement you're going to be seeing in the final NEET exam. And week 26, you're going to be writing CPT 1. So instead of writing RPT 1, 2, 3, and 2, 3, and 4 and wasting 4 weeks, right? You've already gone through 1 entire revision, right, of RPT 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now you should have come to the point that you're pretty strong at the topics. So 1 week is enough to go through the content of your RPT 1, 2, 3, and 4. So after the 11th and 12th grand test, you're going to go for CPT 1 immediately, and you're going to be studying for CPT 1 from Monday to Saturday and writing the exam on Sundays. And after that, now we go to week 27. You're going to be coming across CPT 2, the same CPT 2, and then we go to March, right? I've written here March 2025, and that's where your board exams are. And yes, you can see that it is not empty. So this is the most important point where you need to keep in mind that even though you have your board exams going on, I'm not saying board exams are not important, you keep in mind that board exams are primary and your NEET preparation is secondary. So first focus on board preparation, and at the same time you can also focus on your NEET preparation, because if you neglect your NEET preparation in that 1 month, I'm telling you it's going to be very hard to get back on track after March to April. It's going to be very hard for you to recollect the 11th standard information, because board exams is essentially a 12th standard syllabus, right? So what you're going to be doing on week 28, that is 3rd of March onwards, you're going to be writing 11th standard grand test. So it includes all the topics from 11th standard, and then you're going to be writing CPT 3, that is the first half of 12th, and CPT 4, that is the second half of the 12th. Again, reminder, yes, I know that this coincides with a lot of dates for your final board exams, but try to incorporate this, okay? Try not to neglect it, because once you're out of track, it's very hard to get back. Then 12th grand test, you're going to be writing in the last week of March, and then once you have successfully completed all of your board exams, now we come on to the last month that you have preparation. That's April 2025. So what is going to be important is that we're going to dedicate this entire month for writing timed grand test, and for the final revision, those small touch-up works that we need here and there. So initially we can write 1 timed test per day, right? 3 hours 20 minutes for this first week. I've written here 3 hours 20 minutes, but I mentioned before, just try to keep it under 3 hours, because the final exam, if you have the thinking that okay, I have 3 hours 20 minutes, then you're going to take your own sweet time, right? So instead, just aim for 3 hours, and in the final exam, you'll see that since you have 3 hours 20 minutes and you've almost completed the paper around 3 hours, you will have a bit more extra time for you to check through the paper thoroughly. And then the next 2 weeks, okay, first 1 week you just take it pretty easy, right? Just write 1 exam per day, that should be enough. and then the next 2 weeks you slightly intensify the process. What you can do is that if you're still struggling to carry on with the workload, just do 1 grand test per day. It's no issue at all. But if you're up for it, you can write 2 grand tests, timed grand tests per day, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening, right? And what I want you guys to do different is that I want you guys to aim to do 4 to 5 grand tests per day. And I know what you're thinking, 4 to 5 grand tests per day, that means I need to spend almost 17 hours. When do I sleep? When do I eat? When do I get time to relax? I'm not telling you to write 5 entire timed grand tests, right? What I'm saying is that for the exam purpose, just write 1 to 2 timed grand tests per day, and then when you're free, just take 2 or 3 more question paper and only attempt to solve the new or the different questions that you feel that you're struggling in. Don't do the entire 45 questions in physics, entire 45 questions in chemistry, 45 in botany, 45 in zoology. You're going to be wasting your time doing 180 questions. Instead, just identify, in every paper, I'm pretty sure that only 5 to 6 questions per subject are going to be different, right? Almost in physics, let's say out of the 45 questions, I'm pretty sure 35 questions you've already seen it somewhere. You've already seen, okay, this model I know how to do, this, that, you already know. Only 5 or even 7 or 8 questions are going to be different. You're going to be saying, okay, this is something new, I've not seen it before, so let me try to attempt that. So essentially, you're only going to be solving at maximum, 20 to 40 questions you're only going to be solving 20 to 40 questions extra in these 2 or 3 more question papers I'm saying. So you're not going to be wasting your time solving 180 to 720 more questions. You're just going to be aiming to solve those 20 to 40 questions that are new to you. This is how you should prepare for during the last month in April 2025. And once you have done this, automatically you'll be prepared for your exam date, which is the 4th of May 2025. And this is the revision plan that my friend followed, and he was able to secure All India Rank 1 by scoring 720 out of 720. And why I'm sharing this piece of information is because by showing how he revised, I'm pretty sure that all of you can also try to follow. Even though it might be a bit tedious, just try to hold on and try to hang on, and hopefully you can also follow the same revision program and you can also see the same benefits that my friend saw.